Just about all became racist by claiming they had grown out of that phase. Bill Sandville dresses as Aunt Jemima with black face and black shoe polish and bright red lipstick. His face shines from the black shoe polish, and his dress is as the Mammy character. I knew this was ugly. Bill was the first person who ever used the N-word, and I hated him for it. His dressing as a black mammy furthered his mocking of black people and my further dislike for him. Fort Recovery, as well as most rural Ohio, has few people of color. Fort Recovery has had laws until 1964 that no blacks could be in town after 6 o'clock, so they hated each other for religious reasons. No one at this breakfast ever said they were offended. All seemed to go well with this overt racism. I never heard any criticism in town. All was well in Fort Recovery, Ohio. And they wonder why I ran screaming from Ohio. That's a little longer than 1 minute, so all right. I'll do my personal manifesto. It's called No Time. I have no time for the right, the left, the center, the pacifist, or the religious. I have no time for the right and the left because all they want to do is proselytize. I have no time for the religious for the same reason. I have no time for the pacifists because all they want to do is yell peace, 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 but don't seem to be able to do the hard work to bring about peace. The step, the step which is left out and the hardest is reconciliation. I have no time for the center because they think everything's all right. In the end, the only thing I can believe in is myself.
There you go. Sandra, thank you. And now, Mr. N, if you would kindly step forward, please. And I'll allow you to introduce yourself for those people who may not be familiar with your illustrious personage.
Yes, I am the Queen of England.
I wasn't going to say that one.
So hello everybody. Quest into the unknown. I am your host, Mr. Natural, on Thursday evenings. If you come here tomorrow night, I will be hosting an open mic also, but it's mostly for musicians, and we get some poets in there. You know, we have a couple that come there.
We give them more time. We give them 10 minutes. We give you 6 years of it.
Another reason why poets show up on Thursday night. So anyway, in July, there will be a movie coming out, which is basically a documentary about my life here in the Haight-Ashbury. As a lot of you know, back in the 60s, Robert Crumb turned me into a cartoon, and nobody has believed who I am ever since that period of time. My favorite question is, Mr. Natural, what's your first name? Mr. Is that really your name? Here's my California ID. Oh, you are Mr. Natural. You know, come to think of it, you look just like yourself. Has anyone ever said that to you? Gee, Dan, you look just like yourself.
I only hear that when I see myself in the mirror.
So what happened is they've asked me for this documentary to write some music, because that's what I do. I'm a music teacher. I own the music school down the block. And I thought what I needed was a theme song. Now, being a music teacher, and there are a lot of teachers in this room I see tonight, I hope you listen very closely to the first 3 verses of the song. These are the things that I hear from my students all the time. The last 2 verses are what I have to say about it. That's even more important to listen to. At the end of the song is one of the most famous catchlines I've ever come up with in my life, which I know all of you know, and that is, keep on trucking. And those are the last two words I say at the end of the song. Then you will hear a tuba go boom, 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 boom. And on that fourth beat, you all come in and say, keep on trucking, and then I'll say something back, and you say, keep on trucking, and I'll say something back, and I hope you get the retort.
Do it again.
Hot off the press. Mr. Natural, I've got this idea in my head, so I thought I'd get you out of bed. You're the only one who can help me make my dreams come true. Everything comes easily for you. I know I won't be any trouble. By the way, can I get that on the double? Mr. Natural, I'm gonna be a big star. With your help, you know I'll go far, 'cause you have everything that I need to take it all the way. But I'm not feeling very well today, so I'm canceling my lesson. As for next week, I'll keep you guessing. Mr. Natural, you've given me so much for free. I think you must really love me, and it's a good thing too, 'cause there's so much more you can help me do. I owe you big time and I'll pay you, dude. But you know, it's kind of funny. Right now I don't have any money. Mr. Natural says, hey, get those ideas out your head. Get over yourself before I'm dead, 'cause you're the only one who can help you make your dreams come true. If it's valuable, it's hard to do. You really need to dig your ditches. Stop acting like little bitches. Mr. Natural says, hey, you gotta help yourself, my dear friend. You see, my patience has come to an end, 'cause I've shown you the way you have to practice each and every day. Get with a program if you want to play, otherwise you'll keep on sucking. Pack up your things and keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Get over yourselves.
Keep on trucking.
Ah, you're ruining my health.
Keep on trucking.
Ah, you're drying up this well, dude.
Keep on trucking.
Stop ringing my bell, dude.
Keep on trucking.
Ah, well, we're all going to hell, aren't we? So keep on trucking.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Now, that's, you know, that, hello. I unplugged me. That's a theme song. Now what I'd like to do is do what's called an art song. So many of you are poets, and many, many years ago, I went back to Chicago to meet my family, and I came home and wrote this poem. And then about 10 years later, the melody occurred to me, and I wrote out the melody, and then put together this little piano arrangement. This is about going home and remembering the past. It's called Sassafras Tea. It was April when I went back at last. The hills were caped and wild crab apples bloomed. Wove a web
took the old blue teapot, set the writ of sassafras to brew, and buttered my bread. Outside, I heard a wind note like a flute. You thought I did not listen to what you said. You brought the fragrant tea, rosy as the dawn. I drank and all those lonely years were gone. So in the next few weeks, we have coming up tomorrow night, if any of you people have ever heard of this person, a Gigi, Dr. Dream. Now, Dr. Dream does things with his voice that are almost unnatural, and he actually makes lots of sound effects, and he tells stories, or I should say she tells stories, and she is like the best little Irish storyteller you ever heard, along with sound effects that she produces with her own mouth. She will be our feature tomorrow night from 7 o'clock until 7:30. After that, the regular mic happens until 10. So please, we've been doing it since 1972. Come on out and join us.
All right. Thank you.
Now we come to that closing part of the evening where we take care of these fine prizes delivered to you.
Through me and us.
So I'm going to introduce the prize. Now, if you read up here on the mic, when you signed in, you signed next to a number. And these cards, which I have been shuffling, and I'm handing over to him, he's going to cut them a few times. And then we find out when I call a card, you come up and take what you like. Now, Musings on a Merchant, Buster W. Hinks, 1964, first edition, unsigned. If you like San Francisco, well, this has some old pictures of San Francisco in it. Interrogations at Noon by Dana Goya? Joya, thank you. He's a good book. He has many good poems in it. Those Mingled Seas, the poetry of W.B. Yeats, The Beautiful and the Sublime by Jefferson. I said it before.
Well, hey, you are in trouble.
I am in trouble.
Well, that was the trouble I was having because I had such small print, and I couldn't really read. So
Yeah.
That's why I messed that all up. Jefferson Holdridge, the
Holdridge.
poetry of W. You know.
William Bell.
You know that Yeats guy.
Yates guy.
He's really beautiful and sublime.
And this is poems by Matthew Rogers. If you know Matthew Rogers, is very worthwhile.
And then a few magazines, news from Native California, Audubon Society, and American Archaeology. So if you're going to come here next week, then you can pick either one of these, be the keynote, the opener, and or the mini feature, which Richard Sanderville was addressing the American flag, which is almost always going to be here. Not the American flag, an American flag. Those lawyers out there amongst you. So, per traditional, and again I remind you that Joel Fallon will be here next week. That's a really great thing. So, drum roll please while I come here. Okay. Owen Dunkel, the first winner of the evening. And I always try to figure out who's going to pick what. My batting average is pretty bad. No, not that one.